Monte Da Vida is a centre for meditation and Taoist energy arts, set within an extensive reforestation and land regeneration project, and it's also a fruit and nut farm. I've been meditating for like more than, 20 years or more. And I went and travelled and visited different meditation teachers and different traditions, and I got involved with different communities of people who were experimenting with living in a different way. And that opened me up to many things. But it wasn't until I met Servan in 2008 that I then got into the Taoist practice, the Qigong and the Taoist meditation, and then I did a lot of trainings over a period of 10 or so years.
Taoist meditation is very much about the body. That's also the connection with nature. Your body is just one limit. You keep going, and then it's nature and your body. They're almost the same thing. But within Taoism, there's the outer world, and then there's the inner world, and it's about balancing the outer and the inner. So you want to go as far in as you're going out, and keep those in balance. The way I understand this place is we came here for our own practice. We wanted to develop a place where we could practice and go deep, being very supported by the nature around us. And part of that is that if anybody else also wants to share those practices, we're very open to that. So we want to use it for ourselves and for anyone else that genuinely wants to go there and explore. That includes Tai Chi. That's a doorway in. Tai Chi is something people understand, they know what the word is, they know it's some movements, and we teach that. And we teach Qigong and the breathing that comes with that. Tai Chi and Qigong are both very deeply connected with the breath. And that's a doorway into the deeper aspects of meditation as well. The other thing we do here is, because we live here and we study Taoism, and Taoism is very much about the nature around you and the part of nature that you are. So we are always trying to regenerate the land, increase the biodiversity, and make this ecosystem as rich as possible.
When we arrived here also, we met a group of young guys who were working, doing what's called accelerated natural regeneration, which is a forest regeneration process where you're just tweaking things a little, doing a bit of extra seeding and planting, bringing a bit more biodiversity into the forest. And then over the years, we kept learning. We learnt about like syntropic agroforestry, which is a system from Brazil. And I also did a course in biodynamics and a course in making, natural preparations for the soil. But it's one thing doing a course, it's another thing actually implementing it. So 2 years ago, we then decided to collaborate with a young permaculture designer in the area to design a larger scale agroforestry system here, which included doing a lot of earthworks with bulldozers, removing a lot of eucalyptus, and basically creating a rapidly more advanced environment to plant things into. So rather than having a very dry, poor rocky slope with like a tiny amount of topsoil, suddenly you have almost a meter for the roots of a plant or a tree to find their way through. So that's more than a sort of slight assistance. That's quite a bold move. There was actually quite terrifying to tear up the landscape like that. But seeing then how those terraces have thrived in the past 2 years is very exciting. As part of this project, we've planted a lot of fruit and nut trees. Our focus is going to be on creating a few select products of, let's say, high vibration foods, such as like superfood powders, nut butters, that kind of thing. And it's also something that the guests who come here for retreats and things will benefit from and can also get involved with in some way. It's really an amazing thing to be able to have your hands in the earth and help create the food that you're going to be eating.